Hi there, this video is about Underlord Starcraft, and there are going to be two key points. Number one is going to be about the heroes, the allied heroes of the Underlord that can accidentally evade the ultimate, even if they are in the area, and just stay in place where they were, even though they were in the area of the ultimate of Darkcraft. And number two would be about enemies that can keep someone from teleporting into the Darkcraft with the Underlord. Alright, so first part, allies. Allies on Darkcraft. Timbers uses Timber Chain at the end. I should give it a bad example. Not like that. So like this. There. Okay, you're gonna go through an entire map. Alright, number two. Clockwork. Literally works the same way. But you have to have a unit, not a tree. So let's say I'm gonna place a unit. Dummy target. There. So I have teleported back to base, and all the way from the base I want to up here. So it is something can be done. Ember Spirit.
My trap failed.
So dummy target, bunch of them, dummy. So if there are multiple targets, and then our Underlord using ultimate, that would be the Sleight of Fist. And here I stay. Alright, now let's see. PL. Second skill, Doppelganger.
Is over.
Next hero, Techies.
Where will we go?
There we go. Dr. Shard. Which Dr. Shard? Would be Shard.
Nice.
The Wood Switcheroo. Alright. Next hero, Life Stealer with the Aghanim Scepter.
Bad medicine. Scepter.
Need an enemy. There, right. Now, next part, second part would be the enemy, like things that enemies can do to prevent the ultimate of the Underlord. First of all, I'm gonna show a couple of them, and then I'm gonna just list that would be the hard ones and the simple ones, the ones that are easy to perform and the ones that are hard to perform. Terrorblade. That would be actually an enemy Terrorblade. Alright, create hero to remove spawns. Create hero, terror enemy. Level bots 30. Okay. Now, Terrorblade needs a blink and an Aghanim Scepter. So let's say... Okay, got it. The Aghanim Scepter provides the Terror Wave thing, the fear, and in comparison to all the other fears, or most of the other fears that scare away the enemy to the base, this one, Terror Wave, scares away from Terrorblade, not to the base. So if you would just blink in and use the Terror Wave in between the enemies, they will run to different places. Like that. Once again, just to clarify, so just jump in between them, in between Terrorblade and his ally. All right, next one to show would be Pudge. There. Next heroes would be the simple, and then would be the hard ones to perform with. Uh, but there. Okay, so simple disruptor. Disruptor has. I'm not gonna show these because they're quite like simple and understandable. Um, glimpse. Just use a glimpse. Then Conka. X mark. X mark the enemy that you want to stay. What else there? Vengeful Spirit swap. Just buy the lens for that bigger range, and you can always get someone out of the Underlord's ultimate. Batrider. So you just like buy regular Batrider items like travel boots, force staff, blinking, use the flaming lasso on the enemy, and just drag them away from the Underlord. Or Underlord from his other allies also could be a thing you could do. Let's see next. Mars. Mars has a spear, can use blink and use spear onto an enemy, either Underlord or somebody else, and just drag them away from Underlord or Underlord from his allies. Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit has. I'm gonna show this guy. He has a few ways. Would be with item scepter and without it. So Boulder Smash, distance 800 on the level 4. So you kick somebody like this. And with the Aghanim Scepter, you can kick somebody even further. So you blink in, and they go really far away, so Underlord will not be able to save them. Alright, let's see. And the ones that would be hard to perform would be Axe. Axe has a call, so you can drag an enemy, let's say an enemy. That's gonna somehow how it will look like. Let's say a force staff, let's say travel boots, let's say travel boots with this guy. So Axe blinks in, Ag goes and gets the hero away, while Agrang away from Underlord. Something like that. Magnus, think quite simple, would be the Skewer. Why I listed as a hard one? Because sometimes you may catch Underlord and allies, or allies and Underlord, not only a specific one, because it has some AOE that it can like Skewer can catch multiple heroes. That's why it's hard one to perform, because if the enemy standing too close to each other, you can just drag all of them, and if you drag all of them, it means Underlord gets into it too, and they will just teleport anyway. Force staff, just simply using a force staff. Distance travel 600 units is not really far away, but it's something you could do. It's really hard to perform because it's not really far away, and Lord probably will be able to catch back onto the hero, but still something you should be aware of. And Rubik. Rubik is also works about the same range as the force staff, with level 20 talent plus 240 telekinesis land distance. It looks something like this. So about 602. Also something Rubik could do. Rubik also could do with the force staff, combine it together. Like, oops, not like that. First, let's say enemy looks this way, get him out here, and then I force him away, like that. Alright, I think that this is it. Rubik, yeah, this is it. So these are all the heroes. I've checked all of them, literally all of them, and these are all the heroes that, like, not there are more, but more would be like, let's say like Darkseer. Potentially, Darkseer can drift enemies with the vacuum, but I mean it's like 500 to 400 range. I'm not counting that kind of heroes. That can, like, potentially they can, like, let's say Hoodwink 2. Potentially they can, because they move. Where's Bushrock? Potentially they can, even with this 100 range move away. Potentially they can, but in practice it's like 99.99% that it's not gonna happen. It's not really gonna work well or good. And the ones that I showed before are all the ones that quite certain in most cases, and the ones that are listed as hard ones would be not certain, but also the ones that are not too hard to do, not like extremely hard to do. There.